Hey fam, it's Mira for a comic show. I'm back from MegaCon. That was a blast. Got to talk to a lot of creators, have a good time. Watched most of Daredevil. That's like, oh my God, Christos Gage is the man. I'm so happy they got that comic writer on there. I loved him on Chuckles with G.I. Joe Cobra. But seriously, watch Netflix Daredevil. It's worth paying the money just to, I mean, it's amazing. It's way better than any other TV show of superheroes ever. Okay, moving on. I got some indie stuff, I got some of the Convergence stuff, and a couple Marvels. But here's the biggest, best, most fun book of the week on all fronts, Archie VS Predator. Look at this, look at Jughead. And you know, I never even thought of this, right, until I opened up the front cover, and maybe they couldn't use this in the marketing because of, you know, the rights issues or whatever, but AVP, AVP, Archie vs. Predator. Okay, so anyway, this book is freaking hilarious. Yes, there's some death in it. It's more for teenagers, teen plus maybe. I don't know if it says that, but seriously, you will enjoy it. If you have a sense of humor, you will have a good time. There's a thing where Jughead says Reggie has a tiny penis in a roundabout way. That was funny. There's a cat fight with Betty and Veronica. It's all the stuff you want to see. And Kevin Keller makes fun of Betty's outfit. But then you have Predator, and Predator kills some 1%ers or whatnot. You know, Predator doesn't kill any of the Riverdale people yet. It's just the first issue. So seriously, get it. You'll enjoy it. It's not blood, death, carnage. It's not like pissing on your childhood if you love Archie, but it is so much fun. I cannot recommend it enough. It's awesome. Moving on, Image. Look at this, Chrononauts, the Top Gun cover. Chrononauts, it is a very fun Mark Miller comic, Sean Murphy on art, and it's like Beetle and Booster. Like seriously, all this time travel stuff, like you know Booster Gold's a time traveler, and Beetle is a tinkerer, he's an inventor. So I kind of see this as a rejected pitch to DC for a Blue and Gold Booster and Beetle story, but there's a reason why they would have rejected it if this secret origin that I'm making up that's totally not true is true, because they don't shy away from the things in history that most places do. Like I'm talking about going to the birth of Jesus Christ. They go there. They go all the way to that. Seriously, get this book. It is freaking hilarious. Can't say enough about how much fun Chronos is. Mark Miller, it's not his hyper-violent stuff, it's his hyper-humorous stuff so far. Spread, Justin Jordan. This is the volume 1. It's not a $10 volume 1, it's $15 volume 1, but it's meaty. And this book, it's kind of like a virus, but not a zombie virus. It's this virus that's kind of like this hyper ecosystem of blood and nastiness kind of taking over everything. And it's post-apocalyptic. It looks kind of like Lone Wolf and Cub. You know, you could say, oh, it's like Saga, there's a baby, but it's not. It's super violent, super crazy. The art's great. And religious fanatics, this baby is the hope, maybe the cure to stop this spread. And you have the Road Warrior Raiders, you have the wacko religious nuts, and you have one dude trying to keep this baby alive. So that's fun. Moving on, the Tithe, #1. I had already read this book and was already into this book before recent events happened. This book is like a group, kind of like Anonymous. What if Anonymous went after megachurches? So they go to a megachurch, they spy on the leaders of the church and see that they're taking in millions of dollars, talking about the things supposedly Jesus talked about, the poor, blah, 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 but really they're just having their private jets and go to their private islands and have their private sexcapades and whatnot. So this is a group that exposes that and steals their money Robin Hood style to give it to actual charities. And lo and behold, no, I'm not making any judgment on Joel Olsteen, the prosperity preacher, but just 2 weeks ago, he got robbed. He got robbed. They stole $600,000, which is like 1 week intake of cash from his megachurch in Houston. He got robbed just like this. This book is prophetic. It's prophetic. It's taking this whole thing and making it meta, you know, like prophecy. This guy's, Matt Hawkins is speaking, you know, God's speaking through him to warn Joel Olsteen. If only this book had came out like 2 weeks earlier, he could have stopped it. Anyway, it was a fun book. I enjoyed it. And whether you're an atheist or whether you are a Bible-going, tithing Christian, I think we can all agree that it'd be a lot better if the money actually went to help the poor. Like, you know, Jesus said, you know, come with good news for the poor. That's what he said. So, you know, I don't want to hear any hate about like, oh, you're anti-Christian because of this book. No, it's anti-hypocrites, anti-Pharisees. All right, moving on. Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, issue 2 is finally out. Just as creepy, even more creepy than issue 1. It's teen plus for sure, and I'm loving it. It's in the same continuity as Afterlife with Archie, which is also late, but coming soon. Issue 8's coming in just a couple weeks. Bloodshot Reborn, this is Valiant. It's Jeff Lemire. I've read the first 4 issues PDFs because they sent it to me to like, look, we have so much going on, and Jeff Lemire does not hold back. He is writing a great Bloodshot. I hope this is what becomes the Bloodshot movie, seriously. Moving on to Convergence. Convergence 2 is out, and this cover, you get this. This is what I would say is the heart of the book. This is, you know, you have a Batman that's like our Batman, you know, not New 52 Batman, but a Bruce Wayne Batman meeting Thomas Wayne Batman from Earth 2, like Bruce and his dad from alternate realities, but still both dressed up like Batman, shaking hands and hugging. Do you want that? Because that's good. That's almost worth this whole event to see that. Otherwise, this book is, you got the Earth 2 heroes punching stuff. They're in a big cuddle puddle with Telos, and there's other realities. There's kind of the Future's End OMAC craziness from 5 years in the future, nuttiness. Some of those are in there. Moving on to Convergence books. Some of these I really enjoyed. And these, this week, the main thing is the pre-zero hour type universe characters from like 91, 92, 93, around when I was in high school. So this is the stuff that I grew up with, and some of it, these are the things that piss me off. Like you see these recap pages, it's like Hal Jordan went insane and killed everybody and it sucked ass and he killed Kilowog and like all these things that have been redone, realigned, rebirthed, and now New 52'd. But this is cool. We get to see Parallax and Kyle together, working together like, hey, cut the shit, Hal. There's a bigger problem here. Let's work together. But yeah, Convergence, Justice League International. You know I'm the biggest Justice League International fan there is, and I will fight anyone that says otherwise. But it recaps, here's all the stuff I like, and then it went to pretty much shitty. You got like NFL Super Pro Booster Gold and a big old Iron Man armor, whatever. 2 Guy Gardeners, neither one with a ring. Yeah, it was wacky. But this issue, Ted Cord, Ted Cord, Ted Cord. And people have said, Martian Manhunter is the heart and soul of Justice League, but in JLI era, yeah, he hung around. He was the elder statesman. He ate the Oreos, but Chacos. But Ted Cord was the conscious. Ted Cord, yes, Booster got him in a lot of fine messes, but great. Suicide Squad, Frank Thierry. This doesn't mess around. This starts with what all these first issues end with. This starts with the thing of like, hey, y'all, I'm Telos, and I took down these domes, and now you's got to fight, and whoever's still left standing with the least amount of punches in the face gets to live, I guess. Well, that starts at the very beginning, and that's the Suicide Squad's mission. And their mission is, it's a lot of great characters from that era, the pre-zero hour era, and their mission is to take on the Kingdom Come. And this ends with them taking on the Kingdom Come. So basically this week is mainly all the protagonists are pre-zero hour, Metropolis, pre-zero hour, those characters. But they either fight Electropolis, which is Christ on Infinite Earths, or San Diego, the city, because that's where the Wildstorm, La Jolla, whatever, where Wildstorm characters are from, where the creators lived for a while, and then the Metropolis Kingdom Come universe. And this, we have Oracle, who you guys know started in Suicide Squad as Oracle, Barbara Gordon. So it's a great first issue. Christy Marks, one of the co-creators of Jim and the Holograms, wrote this issue. Fun fact, it's Green Arrow, and you have Connor Hawke, his son, and Green Arrow before Connor Hawke became Green Arrow because, you know, it's pre-zero hour. So it was a fun little book. It was fun. Tony Bedard, every time he does Aquaman, I love it. He loves Aquaman. You can tell how much he loves Aquaman. But this was that era of Aquaman that, with a hook hand, and I just, I remember liking Peter David's run, but aesthetically, come on. Anyway, it was a good book. Convergent Superboy. It's Superboy taking on Kingdom Come Superman. So you have the elder statesman Superman taking on the punkiest punk brat Superman, Superboy. And yeah, that's cool. Catwoman from the Jim Ballant era. Suddenly, her costume actually is fabric with folds and wrinkles and not just skin tight stuff, but you still have that in the flashback era, the recaps where it shows she basically had body paint for a costume. Steel by Simonson. Larry Hama, G.I. Joe doing Shadow of the Bat. And Giffen on Supergirl Matrix. Remember that era with Lex Luthor when he was dating the sort of robot shapeshifter telekinetic Supergirl that was actually the Matrix computer from Krypton, and he had hair and a goatee because he was actually a clone of the Lex Luthor that died from kryptonite poisoning? I don't know. That's my vague memory. I did not read the recap page, but you know, I'm sure you don't need to know any of that stuff. If you want to read that era, you would enjoy it. If not, skip whichever ones of these you want to skip. Moving on. I enjoyed Parallax, I enjoyed JLI, I enjoyed Suicide Squad, Aquaman, and Green Arrow kind of. Moving on. Thor, this is where we're finally starting to find out who the female Thor is. And there's a page in here, and I'm not spoiling anything, I'm just saying there's a page in here that has like, I don't know, like dozens of female characters to cross off the list that she can't be because they're on the same page. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We'll find out. I'm not going to make any prediction because I don't know, man. There's some things that I can predict, but Jason Aaron, he always messes with me. So I'm really enjoying the female Thor. I'm ready for the collection to come out. And I'm interested in your guesses who she is. And finally, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Disney Kingdoms. I did read this with my daughter, like I said I was going to last time, and she actually really loved it. So if you have a daughter, get her this. It has a great message of, like a lot of those Disney messages of empowerment for women. And I'm not being sarcastic. I mean, like, sure, Ariel has to change everything about herself to get her man, but she still stood up to her dad and what her dad wanted her to do, and that's a little bit cool. So thanks, guys. Bye-bye.